My name is Matthew Giacone. I'm an environmental studies student at the university, and I'm here with all of you today for fighting for environmental justice in order to attack the climate crisis that is going on right now. As an environmental studies student, I am blessed to be taught by amazing professors that have a strong love for the natural world. They have provided me with information and knowledge of world issues such as climate change that our K-12 educational system has failed to do so. One of my favorite classes was Nature and Society by Professor Dan Spencer. Dan's goal for the class was to have us see the relationships we've had with the natural world throughout human history, as well as grow in our own relationship with it. The main point taken out of the class is that human society does not live in harmony with nature anymore, but treats it as if it is ours to take. The unfortunate truth has led us to this global crisis. One way we can see that this is the fact that not 1 cent goes back into the environment when purchasing a product. We know it has an effect. The product needs to be made, then shipped some more to finally reach its final destination, all of which took fossil fuels to make. Looking deeper, why don't the vast majority of humans recognize their ignorance to the natural world? Why don't people recognize that the price does not add up to the cost? This is as much of our home as our individual homes we go to every night. As stated by environmental activist and poet Gary Snyder, nature is not a place to visit, it is home. This brings me to a major point of humans needing to grow their individual relationships with nature. A term I love to use is ecological consciousness, or as defined, a way of thinking and living with the natural world that respects plants, trees, animals, and insects to rivers, oceans, soils, and air. It is unacceptable that our main reason to stop using plastic straws is to save the turtles when all of the ocean species are suffering. It is unacceptable that we feel so strongly about saving the bees when they are not the only pollinator and not the only species to be affected by climate change. According to scientists, we lose an average of 200 species a day, which is now leading us to the 6th mass extinction Earth has seen, the last one being 65 million years ago when the dinosaurs died off. It is time to start changing our narrative and language to one that includes all of the beautiful diversity that lives with us. It is time to truly recognize what the Earth does for us, because without it, there wouldn't be an us. This is a very simple concept to grasp onto, but one that takes time to grow into. With this growth, you will find beauty in the simple things, love in the difficult times, and peace in your heart. The price simply does not add up to the cost, and that must be changed now. I encourage all of you. I encourage all of you, next time you're on a hike or what have you, to do what I do and take a second to reflect on the joy and peace nature brings you. Then give thanks to the natural world for making it possible, because when you view the world with an attitude of gratitude, you are training yourself to focus on the good in life. I will leave you with a poem called Your Relationship with Nature by Francis Duggan. Your relationship with nature speaks volumes about you. Do you only see nature as a means to financial gain, or are you one of those who love nature for her beauty and love her wildlife and her trees, and her rivers, lakes, and mountains, and her fields and flowers and bees? Your relationship with nature tells of the sort of person that you are. Do you see nature's protectors of those who have gone too far, in their dispute with the developer, in their fight for every tree? If this be so, you support the environmental vandals, or so 'twould seem to me. Your relationship with nature about you more can say than all of your friends and enemies can, or so 'twould seem that way. For your apathy to nature tells of your inner strife, and your attitude to nature is your attitude to life. Your relationship with nature says far more about you than anyone else of you can say, as their words may not be true. For if you love Mother Nature and live in harmony, then you are working for the good of all humanity. Thank you, and world peace.